Hey guys, and welcome to the 67th episode of the now known as Wool Pig podcast. I used to be the Yarn Junkie podcast, and I'm just doing a bit of rebranding. You can find me as wool_pig on Instagram, Woolly Pig on Ravelry, and I just thought it would be easier to kind of align all of those, for lack of a better word. I'm coming to you from my home in Texas. Sorry about the glare from the window in the back. Out, Lucy. Out. My dog is coming into my room. I'm actually coming to you from my bedroom. It's really gray. I know it doesn't look like that from right where I am, but it's a really, really gray day, and there's almost no light in my living room except for one window, and there's just not good light in there. So I'm coming to you from my bedroom in Texas. My daughters actually colored this owl for me for my birthday. And then this one a friend gave me a few years ago for Christmas. But I have quite a bit to show you guys. It is December 18th and Christmas is almost here. I am actually currently 38 weeks and 5 days pregnant. I am having a baby in 2 days, y'all. 2 days. And this is kind of cutting down to the wire, but I did try to promise you guys to sit down and record an episode. I'm in the middle of doing laundry, which is another reason I'm not podcasting from the living room, because you can hear my washer and dryer going. And, just last minute baby prep. It's insane. I am so glad to have shared this journey with so many of you. I know a lot of y'all have commented on my personal Instagram account, which is 3 Lassies, and it's just been so much fun to kind of share the journey with all of you guys and share the journey with so many podcasters too, because I think like a dozen of us are having babies right now, which is insane. But congratulations to all my fellow knitters who might be watching, who are also pregnant or expecting a grandbaby sometime soon. It's so exciting to have a fresh little baby to snuggle. So I'm just going to jump right in and show you guys a lot of the stuff I've been working on. I do have some finished objects. So I finished the little elf booties for my Christmas baby. She is due on Christmas Day, but with my repeat C-section history, I'm having her on the 20th. So y'all keep me in your thoughts. But I got these booties done. And what's weird is I know for a fact I crocheted one on a certain size needle because I put that hook back in my bag. And then when I started doing the other one, my gauge was way off and it was way bigger than the first one. So I had to frog it and then re-crochet it using a smaller hook. So this was the result. And I used the Elf or Chili Baby Booty. And I do believe I have this project linked on Ravelry, which again, I'm Woolly Pig there. So you can find the, and I always seem to get the hiccups when I sit down to talk to you guys, so I'm sorry about that. It's probably all the pressure from sitting in this position. But you guys saw the hat for her and her little Christmas outfit. Now, we're not going anywhere for Christmas, and I didn't want a lot of people to come see us, so really only my dad and his girlfriend are coming. My mother-in-law and father-in-law and sister-in-law and niece and 2 nieces and 2 great nephews. It's just too many people, and so we're just kind of having a low-key Christmas, but she will wear this the day my dad comes to see us. His birthday's Christmas Eve, so he'll come out here, and Tim, my husband, is an excellent cook. I'm in very good hands because my husband's going to cook for me the entire time I'm healing. But I got the little vertebrae sweater done, and something I don't think I mentioned last time is I modified this pattern by doing an I-cord bind-off, which I basically do on everything now. After I knit the Blue Sands cardigan, which requires an I-cord bind-off, I just really love the look of that. So I do it all the time now. And this is her little onesie, or sweater, cardigan, and her onesie, which I told you guys I had buttons for. And I sewed the buttons on, and they're just this really kind of ivory with swirls. I got them at my local yarn shop, West 7th Wool. And I had my last knit night last week. They're doing Knit Miss this Thursday, but I will be in the hospital with my fresh baby, so I won't get to go, but I hope everyone has fun if any of you guys are watching. And those boots. So I know that I mentioned last time. Oh, I didn't bring I'll be right back. Sorry about that. So I know I mentioned last time that I was not going to have time to knit Christmas socks. Did that stop me from casting on a pair? No. I went ahead and treated myself to this little llama Christmas bag, again from my local knit shop. A friend of mine makes these and sells them in the shop, and it has this really cool geometric pattern on the inside, and the little llama with Christmas trees, and the llama with presents. I just love these llamas. So I cast on the baby a pair of socks because she does not have very many socks knit by me. She has a few packages store-bought socks, which, you know, but I thought she needed a pair of Christmas socks to go with her outfit. These are so teeny. Like, I'm not sure I followed the pattern 100%, but I think this is the baby mitten sock pattern or something. I did a contrast teal with a Stellina yarn, and the yarn is being really blown out because of the lighting, but it's this green mini that I had. I'm not even sure where it came from. It was in my stash. And I have the second one cast on with my little Jingle Bells Progress Keeper. So this is just a really cute green yarn that's being blown out. And again, I have no idea what it is. But she needed a pair of socks, and of course, I needed a pair of socks. So I cast on, I was inspired by lamb string yarn. Lamb strings? Shanna of the Strings and More podcast. They're doing a Sockmas cal for people who are not sock knitters. And she cast on her Jinx yarn in the colorway Christmas Lights, which I've had in my stash since last year. And she did a contrast, I think her toe and heel were like a black color, one of her colorways. But I had this amazing gray from Lolo Did It in the Folsom colorway, and I thought it just looked so nice like that. So that's what I did. I kind of pulled a copycat and cast on. I did a tube sock, and then I'm doing an afterthought heel, and I'm in the middle of the first one currently. But I really enjoyed knitting on this. I did a couple of lunches with my girls at school and doctor's appointments and stuff, so that's really kept me busy. And then I even cast on the second sock. And so this will be what I probably work on while I'm in the hospital with my baby. And I hope to have these done by Christmas. I think they will be. I still have a whole week until Christmas, so I did a kind of longer cuff. I did about 20 rounds, 21 rounds, something like that. And then just stockinette body. But I really love this. I love Jinx yarn. And I could buy every single colorway from her. Have y'all seen the new tartan colorway that she just came out with? I'm having some serious lust after that yarn. And I have my little Notions pouch in here that a dear friend, Melissa, gifted me, but it's actually Still City Stitcher is the maker behind this. And there's a little gingerbread man on here as a zipper pull. I love all the matchy-matchy that's going on. And of course I have a Christmas tree that I got in my Advent, I believe. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this project and carrying it all in my Christmas llama bag that I just had to have. But I had to cast on a Christmas sock, you guys. I also, speaking of finished objects, that I forgot to show you guys this one. So these are the buttons I got. It is drying, so it is on a blocking board right now, but I knit the onesie that I was wanting to knit. So I just omitted the lace, the eyelets. I couldn't really figure out again, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, if y'all didn't watch the last episode, I wanted to make my baby a coming home outfit from this pattern. Let me find the first page. Bear with me. So sorry. Should have had this prepared. Papers everywhere. The newborn onesie, and it is a paid pattern on Ravelry, and I could not figure out the lace eyelet section. I did fine with the cables, but for some reason the lace was not being my friend, so I just admitted it. I said, you know, it's a winter baby. She does not need, and with all the speckled yarn, I don't want it to take away from the yarn, and so I just omitted it. I did the cables, as you can see, and I still need to wait on this to dry, and sew on the buttons. I just finished it yesterday and washed it this morning, so it's a bit damp, and again, it's gray and cold outside. I say it's cold. It's 45 degrees, which is cold for Texas. My kids wore jackets to school this morning. That's odd. But I really, really enjoyed knitting this. I'm so glad that it's done. I really wanted her to have this to wear home from the hospital, and so, oh, I just have so many warm, fuzzy feels about having that done. And these are the buttons I got, and I actually picked these up at Walmart, and they're the exact buttons I actually considered when I was working on it. Just like an oyster shell button, kind of iridescent. I think it will pick up a lot of the colors of yarn really well, and I'll have one extra, so that's perfect. And I will sew those on, like I said, as soon as that dries, which is hopefully tomorrow afternoon, because I'm going to the hospital Wednesday morning. I still, I can't even. Another thing that I've been working on for the baby, but my husband ruined it for me, so now I don't think that I'll finish it, but I think I'm going to give it to somebody else. And that is the Zigzag Chevron Blanket. It's a free pattern by Mina Phillip. And I was in the white the last time I showed you, and now I'm in the darker green, which I don't know if you can tell the different greens with the light the way it is. Whoop. No, you're not going to be able to see that, but I am. I'm in the last color, technically, and this has just been really easy to work on, really mindless knitting. I've enjoyed it. I've been using my Lilica needles, interchangeable set on US 10 or a 6mm. I love these needles. I loved holding the fingering weight yarn double. And he just said that as soon as I added the green, he said it looked like a Italian flag or a Mexican flag. So I kind of wish I would have done like a red, green, cream, red, green. That way it was more Christmassy. The girls assured me that they thought it was Christmassy and that I should definitely finish it for the baby. And I still could totally finish this for the baby. It wouldn't be washed and dried by that time, but I could finish knitting it. But instead of keeping on trucking on this, I cast on a whole new blanket, like one does. So I dug through my stash because I didn't have time to order yarn or go buy yarn. So I dug through my stash and found a free pattern on Ravelry called the Leafy Baby Blanket. Let me check on that because I do not have a project page up on this yet. Leafy Baby Blanket. And this is what it looks like so far. It's very lacy. It's very beautiful, just like leaves. And this yarn was Stash. It's a sport weight Madeline Tosh, and technically the pattern tells you to hold, I think, a sport weight double, but I didn't think I had enough yardage for that. So I'm just holding it single and using a slightly smaller hook, and so it's going to be a small blanket, but I think it'll be blocked out bigger than I'm knitting it right now. But I started this last night, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm almost through. So you have to do 6 repeats of the lace, the leaf motif, and I think I'm almost through the second repeat. So I have 4 more to go. I could seriously knit on this the rest of the afternoon and probably get 2 more of the leaves done. It's still, there's no way it's going to be ready for the baby. But Prudence was so sweet. She was like, well, Mom, babies need blankets for a long time, so you don't have to be done with it by the time she's here, which is true. So I won't be, and that's fine. But it is something easy to work on even once I do have a newborn in the house. I still can't believe that. And yeah, those are the things I've been working on and finished up. I have received so many wonderful gifts from you guys. I don't want to sit here and show them all because it would take too long and I just don't have a lot of time right now. I have lots of chores to do. I hope y'all understand. But from the bottom of my heart, if you've sent my little baby something, know that it is treasured, and I can't believe I'm looking at a small pile of stuff, how much she's already loved by you guys. And so thank you, thank you, thank you. You know who you are, and I'm just so blessed to have so many wonderful friends that would want to make my baby handmade things. So I did get a little bit more yarn acquisitions while I was at the doctor, I think. Not last night, but at the doctor before that. I couldn't leave and leave because I'm never going to ever go back to the yarn store. I know I won't be driving for a while after my surgery. It's not like I have a lack of yarn. I'm looking at my 3 totes that are stored under my bed full of yarn, but I needed more sock yarn. Did I? No. Did I need to get some? Sure. So I got the Cascade Heritage Prints. I was actually looking first for my husband because I knit him some socks for Christmas, and I decided I needed more sock yarn for him. I do have a couple of skeins in the stash that I can knit him socks with, but he is so knit-worthy, and he loves the socks that I knit him in the winter. And so I got a couple of manly skeins of yarn. I got this Opal, which it does have a colorway name, Mousy. You can see that. And it just is this it's mostly blues, and it has some browns and some pops of yellow. I just thought that would be really handsome for socks for him. And then I got this Cascade Heritage. I have been dying to cast this on since I've got it. I've just been eyeing it and eyeing it. So I think that once the baby's here and my Christmas socks and her baby blanket are done, I'm going to be casting these on for him. And this is the Cascade Heritage Prints in the colorway. Oh yeah, they have numbers, 54. But it's got these, you're not going to be able to see that, greens and oranges and grays. Look at that. I am so obsessed. It's like that chartreuse green that every knitter loves. And I'm just dying to cast this on, like I said. And when I picked this up, I saw this and decided, even though I probably won't cast this on this year, I needed it for next Christmas. It's another Christmas colorway by Cascade Heritage Prints. It's got teals and greens and reds. So it's like vintagey Christmas. It looks really, really cool. Trying to get a good angle on it. And so, yay, more sock yarn, like I needed it, but hey, when you're at the yarn store and you think it's going to be your last, you stock up. I also decided to swap out some yarn that I had. I got this same base in a different colorway, and I decided I wanted this color instead because it would match a shawl that I had. So I swapped out Bird Book and got Sap and Shelter to make a hat. Now, when I'm going to cast this hat on, I don't really know, but it's good to have the yarn you need in the stash. So that is all that I have for you guys. I think I did cast on another pair of socks, a colorwork pair of socks. They're just not going to work out. I need to work on my color work some more, my tension and gauge and stuff. They barely fit over my high arch, and I do. My feet are really swollen right now, to be honest. Not like an alarming. My doctors looked at me. It's pregnancy related, but not in a dangerous way. And so I'm just, end of game stuff. I am huge and I'm winded all the time. I'm not sleeping well because I can't get comfortable and I'm anxious. Like last night I got 4 hours of sleep and I took a 30-minute nap and I was just not able to sleep anymore. We're in the end game and, just end game aches and pains. Heartburn is a killer. I actually found a really good relief for that. Pro tip. It's disgusting and you have to choke it down. But if you mix baking soda and ice cold water and put just a couple of squeezes of lemon juice and chug that, it alleviates heartburn better than Tums. I'm not kidding. It's disgusting. And then you burp for a while after, but it really helps heartburn. My husband made some delicious food, but it was really garlicky, which just aggravated the daylights out of my heartburn. And so I had to take some of that baking soda water last night. And mint tea, I've been drinking a lot of mint tea, but it's not as helpful as the baking soda. Like it just knocks it out. Yeah, so I've got all my Christmas stuff done, which is a shocker. Like this is the first year that I've had it all done this far in advance before Christmas. I know it's only a week and most of you are like, that's not very advanced. For me, it is. All the girls' stuff is gotten and wrapped. Their Santa stuff is acquired and hidden away. It all has a plan on how it's going to be unveiled and stuff. So I'm just really excited for them because my oldest was really quite bummed about not going to New Mexico this year. That's sort of our new family tradition to go skiing in the mountains. We've done it for the past 2 years, and this year, delivering on the 20th, that makes a Christmas trip kind of unfeasible. So she was a little bit bummed about that, but I think she'll be really excited once she sees what she's received. And she still believes in Santa. I know a lot of kids out there kind of outgrow it by the age she is. She's 12. I mean, I'm kind of surprised, but I'm still really thankful because it's not like she's pretending to believe. She believes, and I think this will probably be her last year, but I'm excited to pass on the tradition of, having her help with her smaller siblings, be the elf in the house or whatever. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful holiday season with your families. I hope that y'all enjoyed what I've showed you. And again, thank you so much for y'all's continued support. It seriously means the world to me, and I can't wait until I debut my little Christmas baby, who still has no name. Is that insane? No name that my husband and I completely agree on. So he has a name that he really likes, and I have a list of names that he doesn't agree on. So we're at a standoff with the naming of the baby. My oldest agrees with his name, and then my youngest wants to name her Winter. So we will see what she will be named. To be decided. But that is seriously all I have for you guys. Thank you so, so much for joining me. And I will see y'all after Christmas.